Race 1 of the 2025 EICMA Estoril round gets underway. Nicolo Bulliga with a good jump already alongside Toprak Razgatlioglu. Alvaro Bautista trying to slot in as well. Jonathan Ray under siege from Andrea Locatelli, his teammate at turn 1. Ray holds on to the position. Big incident further back.
Vandermark, Bassani, Nagashima.
Sofoglu as well involved there as Nicolo Bulliga tries to recover against Toprak Razgatlioglu. There goes Jonathan Ray lunging down the inside. He's got to because Alex Lowe's is alongside him and challenging for fourth, and Ray clips the back of Bautista, moves across the path of Alex Lowe's, somehow manages to hold on to the bike, but Alex Lowe's almost alongside Ray now for fourth position. So a chaotic opening lap. Razgatlioglu leads Bulliga, Bautista's still there, then it's Jonathan Ray who's made a good jump from the outside of the second row.
Yeah, and you can see for Bulliga trying to attack down into 6.
And Nicolo Bulliga comes through on Toprak Razgatlioglu, who's held out wide. Alvaro Bautista with the chance to slot through. Ducati briefly 1 and 2. Closest Alvaro Bautista's been to challenging these two for some time. First time he's qualified up on the front row of the grid, of course, this season. Alex Lowe's through on Jonathan Ray for fourth position. Bautista eventually had to slot back in, but this is a good opportunity for Bautista to challenge Razgatlioglu. Meanwhile, he's under pressure from Alex Lowe's. Lowe's comes through. Ray wants to switch back against Bautista. Lowe's is slightly off the line. Jonathan Ray squirming and squirreling, almost gets alongside Bautista. Red flag brings the race to a premature stoppage on the opening lap. Not too much of a surprise. Still got 3 bikes in that area of the track. And we will have a premature stoppage to what has been a chaotic start to race 1, to say the least. So, for those of you who are new to our format, effectively, that race start didn't happen. We go back to the original grid positions. The only thing we do lose is the 1 lap of the race. So when we do get started, it'll be a 20-lap race. Here's what happened.
Yeah, and you could see on the run down in towards the first corner, it's Bassani stopped there, comparatively speaking, on that run into the first corner. There was also an issue for Iker Lecuona because Lecuona's running down to turn 1 looking over his shoulder. So there's a couple of different things that have happened there that have probably brought the group all together. But certainly for everyone, you can just have a look at the right-hand side of this shot and you can see for Bassani, he's lost the front and that's where he doesn't have his drive. Taz McKenzie ends up getting a big impact on his side there. That's what ended up damaging his bike as well, and you can see for Bassani there, just lucky to be able to get away with that one as well, because Nagashima's bike ends up ghost riding through there, and luckily all the riders seem to be okay after it, but there's obviously a bit of work to be done for the crews now.
Second time of asking, now over 20 laps. Race 1 of the 2025 EICMA Estoril round gets underway for a second time. Good launch from Jonathan Ray. Poor start from Xavi Vierque. Ray almost alongside the Ducatis already in the run down to turn 1. Another great start from Andrea Locatelli, and this time he will get ahead of Jonathan Ray. Toprak Razgatlioglu ends up down in 3rd, but super start from Andrea Locatelli, who is actually challenging Toprak now and moves into the podium places. Toprak on the back foot on the opening lap at the restart. He's down to 4th position.
Yeah, Toprak with that change to the front tyre, maybe a little bit cautious on the opening lap, but he's now got a lot of work to do, as you can see Jonathan Ray attacking as well.
Jonathan Ray through on Toprak Razgatlioglu as well as they make their way through turn 4, and Ray now going off after his teammate Andrea Locatelli for a provisional place on the podium. And of course Toprak's challenge now is that all of the riders around him are scrapping for podium spots too. They're not going to make it an easy ride for him. Razgatlioglu just about gets it stopped through the Parabolica Interior to repass Jonathan Ray and back up into 4th place. Ray wide and out all over the curbs as Alex Lowe's challenges him for 5th position. Next in line for Toprak Razgatlioglu is to attack Andrea Locatelli for 3rd, but it's Alvaro Bautista who leads on lap number 1 with Nicolo Bulliga in 2nd place. Razgatlioglu diving down the inside of Andrea Locatelli and running him out wide. This is an opportunity for Jonathan Ray now on the cutback, just as he did in the opening staging of this race before the red flag, and Ray comes through for 4th position. Locatelli back down to 5th.
Toprak all crossed up on the run into 9, but able to make that move stick. The reason that he likes that harder front tyre is the added support and a little bit of difference in the structure of it, just to give him that confidence on the entry into corners. So it's a big step for Razgatlioglu to have opted to go for that softer front tyre.
Alvaro Bautista leads a lap for the first time since Phillip Island. Nicolo Bulliga second place at the start of lap number 2. Toprak Razgatlioglu third, with Jonathan Ray, Andrea Locatelli and Alex Lowe's in behind.
Yeah, and you can see the front six. They've got Xavi Vierge and Remy Gardner there with them. Ray leading that second group needs to just get the head down, try and just go with these three leaders at the front. Looks like Toprak's in a position to try and attack on Bulliga as well, and the run in towards turn 4. This is the move he made up in towards 9 on Locatelli, and really able to get that bike stopped. But that then cost the momentum for Locatelli, and he ended up being vulnerable to attack for Ray. But you could see for Toprak just how much he's crossed up on the entry there.
So, lap number 2, Alvaro Bautista it is who leads. We know how well he goes around this Estoril circuit, but we know he's got 2 tigers on his tail, the top 2 in the World Championship. Nicolo Bulliga has to attack and defend at the same time. He wants to pass Bautista, put a bike between himself and Toprak Razgatlioglu. He's not going to get the chance to do so. Razgatlioglu comes bundling down the inside. There's contact between the 2 of them. We head up towards turn 9. Is Razgatlioglu within striking distance of Bautista? Not quite this time around. Bautista will lead them onto the start-finish straight to begin lap number 3. Second lap led for Bautista in this race, but I think it might be the last for some time anyway, as Razgatlioglu pulls alongside. Heaviest braking zone on the circuit into turn 1, and it's Razgatlioglu who hits the front on lap 3. Opportunity for one of his best results of the season here for Bautista, who by qualifying on the front row for the first time this season has put himself well and truly in the mix. But it's quite clear from the pace we've seen between the 2 of them this weekend so far that it's Bulliga who's the faster of the 2, and Bulliga cuts to the inside through the Parabolica Interior. Sweet move on Bautista there for second place from Nicolo Bulliga. This is how it changed places for 5th.
See a little look down there for Lowe's on the entry into the corner there. Must be just checking to see if he's made the gear shift that he wanted, but able to come through and take that position in front of Locatelli. You're in the podium fight. All 5 of these riders are in the podium fight, and for Andrea Iannone behind them, he put in a personal best last time around. He's digging in to try and put himself into the fight as well.
Back to the fight for 4th position, with Alex Lowe's already alongside Jonathan Ray, and Andrea Locatelli is through as well. And Jonathan Ray will try on the cutback to pull alongside Locatelli, but the first thing Ray does is look over his shoulder to see that Xavi Vierge is behind him. Ray has seen his pace drop in recent laps, and unfortunately now he's dropped 2 positions as well.
Down in towards turn 1, we've seen Locatelli stronger than the other riders around him on the run down that straight, and able to make the move on Lowe's.
As they come off the final turn at the end of lap 18, that's how hard Nicolo Bulliga is pushing, ladies and gentlemen. Shake of the head, and that is game over in the battle for the win.
Yeah, Toprak, those last 3 or 4 laps, he's just been able to just basically apply that pressure and answer back to Bulliga, and Razgatlioglu, he'll be just riding to that pit board.
Toprak Razgatlioglu's first 20-race winning season. 2025, 20 wins for Razgatlioglu, second place for Nicolo Bulliga. And eventually, some 12 seconds down the road, Alvaro Bautista will come home to complete the rostrum finishers. There he is. And that shows the margin that he's got to recover against Nicolo Bulliga before next season.